Welcome to Lost in the Desert, episode 71. I'm your boy Karim.
My name is Issam.
And yeah, another episode of a Lost in the Desert
Yep,
podcast.
we have a. Looks like we have a list.
We do got a list. Well, I had to take notes like a lot of shit anytime that
Yeah.
happened. So
Let's start off with
let's recap. It's been a rough week.
Yeah, dude, I've been very stressed out.
Yeah, before we get to the list, I started working out again.
Nice.
I've been 4 times this week?
Ooh, more than me.
Yeah, 4 times this week, and it's literally like at the end of my driving shift. Like I drive Uber, get off, and then wherever I am, I'd go like to the nearest EOS. As long as I had a basketball court, because that's my cardio. You know, we've talked about this before. I hate getting on bikes. I hate getting on fucking treadmills, all that shit. EOS has, wait, what were you going to say?
Because I was like, EOS started having basketball courts.
Yeah, EOS been having basketball courts. There's actually only a few ones that don't have a basketball court.
That's weird, because I used to go to when I used to go to EOS years ago, it was like none of them had basketball courts, and I think one of them had a swimming pool, and that was like crazy.
No, so now I think almost all of them have swimming pools. They have more locations with swimming pools than they do with basketball courts.
Oh wow, they upgrade like a motherfucker. That makes sense why it's like everybody be posting about how busy they get now.
Yeah, but so remember, also the good thing though is that there's a fucking million of them.
Oh, okay, so you can just bounce off.
Yeah, especially because I'm going like after 8. Like I'm not stopping driving till like 8. By the time I get, depending on where I am, by the time I get there, like I have all my equipment in the car anyway.
Yeah.
It's like almost 9. It's like 8:45, 9.
For anybody that doesn't know, obviously not from the Valley, that EOS is like the cheapest gym you can get here for $10, and it has a lot of good equipment.
It's honestly, even if you say you match it with LA Fitness, right? Motherfuckers love
close.
LA Fitness. The level of equipment, the cleanliness, you know, how good that should look on the inside, how much equipment there is. Already that alone is better than LA Fitness, and I think LA Fitness is more expensive. Yeah, because the base LA Fitness membership is like the top EOS membership. And for context, I think the thing that sold me on the top one, I'm like, you know what, this is worth $25, $26 a month or whatever, because I get to go to any location in the Valley. I think any location in the country, right? So if I travel, I know some other places have EOSs.
Yeah, EOS is like Arizona.
Yeah, it's like mainly like Arizona. We have them, I think, the most here. Yeah. And then I can bring in any guest I want to any location.
That's right.
Right, they got to pay. I think they just do like a one-time like register your name and number as my guest, and after that, boop boop boop, they just come in whatever. Yeah, you in the system, you can come in whenever.
I think their strategy is to have more quantity people,
but also quality, because we talked about. Remember when I used to go to hookah with you down in Chandler.
Yeah,
the two closest EOS is this 202. And like I think Alma School. And then on the other side of the freeway there was the one on McClintock and I want to say Rural, and then there's another one on Rural and Ray. And the one on McClintock doesn't have a basketball court, but it's still fucking huge. And then the one on Rural and Ray. So I used to just bounce when I used to like hang out with y'all over there. I used to bounce back and forth.
Yeah. When I used to work overnight, I went to the one at Alma School a couple of times, but then I was just like, it was still busy for me.
For context though, it's only one. They're all like mainly like pretty big, nice half courts, and then only one location on like Thunderbird and 59th or 56th has a full court. No. Yeah, I hate the nigga who runs that shit.
I'd rather pay extra and then where I can have my own little space.
Yeah,
I like space when I work out, but no, that's good for you, man.
So yeah, and obviously way too soon to see any sort of results, but I feel better, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Like, you may not just going consistently, like, I feel better when I get back. I've slept a little bit better. I'm still sleeping late, but I'm sleeping, like, deeper.
Yeah, I think because, like, when you were in a system before and you're working out, like, being strict on your diet and everything, and obviously it's a lot of work.
You could tell.
And then when you stop and then you try to get back on it, then you just be like, you know what, I just want to just show up. Then it actually is more fun. You realize how, like, you know, I just feel good. That's all that matters. I'm not trying to, like, be on point in my weight. I'm not trying to be on my macros. I just want to show up, get a good workout in, and go home.
Like my first workout was pretty shit. Like I mainly played basketball. I played like 4 basketball games. It was all cardio. I wanted to die, and then I got on the bike a little bit just to like cool down my knees and all that, and I did a little bit of legs. Really mid. Borderline, not really effective workout. The second one was much better. Second one, I played 2 games of basketball, and I stretched properly before, stretched afterwards, and then I do this thing where I'll like pick a song, and I love the rope pulls. The rope pulls, especially if I'm doing like arms or shoulders or chest, whatever, like that's my warm up. The first thing I do, I got on the rope pulls, and I put on a song, and I said, I'm going to pull this rope until the song is over.
Oh, you just had that.
Because I used to do 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off for 3 to 4 sets on the row pull, like full intensity though. So now I was like, let me switch it up. A full song is like what, between 3.5 minutes.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, cool. Let me just pull on this rope as fast as I can, and even when I'm like tired and I just keep going until the end of the song. And I was like, I just pressed next, double tap my headphones, press next. Avalanche by Migos started playing. That's a almost 3-minute 45-second song, bro. I was dead. My arms were like,
That's what you get.
Yeah.
No, it's not bad though.
Then I was cool. Yeah. So yeah, that was my week. Yeah. I found out. You know what motivated me though when I started? I got on the scale, so I found out my scale was it ran out of batteries. So I went to my little drawer, got 2 batteries, popped it in, got on the scale. The scale said 219 and then error message. And I was like, oh fuck. Oh. I said, oh fuck, I broke the fucking scale.
Big boy shit.
So yeah, I got off, tapped it, let it reset, got back on 216. I did that twice. I'm like, I got between 216.5 and 215.8, I think.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, cool. 216 is my new weight. So I only went up like what, 6 pounds?
That's not bad.
In like 3 months of not going to the gym and being very sedentary.
No, I put on 20.
Because it's crazy. We were literally talking like 4 episodes ago. I was like, yo, Issam did his thing. You're looking jacked. And nigga, fuck you. All that shit. Yeah. Like, you're not fat anymore. And then, see, it went to your head.
Yeah.
I should keep roasting you.
Well, not even that. I just been working. I've been clocking in over like 60 plus hours a weekly.
We were just talking about this. Trump is not giving you guys.
Yeah, I've been working.
He's not giving you guys
the thing is that the goal is that I'm trying to move out in September, so I'm trying to set up myself up where it does not hit my cycle, pretty much. Does that make sense? You know, because I can like relax and just be regular, and by the time comes to move out, I can hit. But I don't want to get to the point where I'm like, shit, like this costs how much, and then it makes up. Then I hit the fucking, then deal with it later on. I like to deal with things now, so the future is much smoother.
Yeah, it is what it is. I hopefully will try to find some shit to move on.
First one on the list.
Are we just gonna go in order? Because some of these I don't. I want to start with this one first.
Okay, go.
Right, so we can get out the way. Sinners was fucking awesome. Right. We went and saw that shit. I think Wednesday. Me and my friend. I got myself some extra time, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have a good time. Went to sushi. Sinners was a fucking epic movie. I think I was worried everybody overhyped it when I saw it, and then I watched it. First of all, locked in. But there's so many good fucking scenes in that movie. The whole plot was nice. Like, the music was fucking amazing. If you go listen to the album, the soundtrack, like, me and my boy were blasting it on our way home. There's this one song. Michael B. Jordan did a fucking amazing, but I think for a really black movie, I think the best song was the Irish song.
Song?
There's an Irish song, like, and if you guys have seen the movie, you know the beat comes hard. Like, they sprinkle a little seasoning on the Irish music, and me and my friend the song is going on like they're outside the club, the little vampire's doing his thing, and I look over to my friend and he's like, okay, just vibing with the fucking music.
Because I see some clips on TikTok. You're talking about the Irish, the white guy?
Yeah.
Apparently, I haven't watched it, but I'll watch it because obviously I heard nothing but good things about it, especially being an original script and everything. But apparently, when the white boy showed up at the door, one of them he was like, "Oh, I thought we could trust them." He said that, but apparently it's because it's a hidden message. When there was around that time, I guess in America, there was a what is it called? A famine when people are starving. Famine. Ireland sent food, like a care package. So that's why they said, "Oh, I thought we could trust them." So it was like a little. It was like a little hint. Chocolates.
That was a baddie.
It was a chocolate.
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
No, so that was it. I even watched the movie, so I can't really talk about it that much.
Well, the Irish at some point were the niggas of white folk. Them and Italians.
Yeah, but
like the British fucked up the Irish, bro.
Well, that's why the Irish still got beef with the England.
I think so. I think it's pretty much squashed for the most part. But like, I feel like that's why the Irish, like, obviously they're still white, but I feel like that's why the Irish sometimes vibe with like black folk.
Yeah, no, Irish,
especially the ones you bring here, like they kind of vibe with them a little bit.
When England was trying to take over Ireland, they had a rule like if you see an Irishman with his hand in his pocket, shoot him.
What the okay, well, I gotta have verified that, but
no, it is.
That's crazy.
So there's a thing where what's it called? He's a famous Irish actor. He met one of the royal family, the Prince Harry, I think. And then when they were meeting, like everybody.
Henry, you mean maybe? Harry's like now.
Huh?
When was this?
This was years ago.
Okay, so we were both still alive.
Yeah.
Okay, it might be Harry. Yeah. I was gonna say
no, because it was a saying back in the day, like, oh, if you see an Irishman in his hand's pocket, shoot him. That's when they're trying to take over. And so when Prince Harry was meeting all these actors, one of the Irish actors had his hand in his pocket, like saying like "fuck you," like pretty much like showing the honor to his people.
I heard Miles Catton, so the guy who plays Sammy, the young boy you see in the trailers and stuff, like, apparently he sang all his shit, and a lot of the people on the cast sang their shit.
Oh,
but
wow.
Sammy, like, first of all, I don't know who the fuck. I'm not a cinephile. If he is already famous, like, shit, sue me. I did not know who this motherfucker was. I just thought like, oh, they just picked up some black struggling looking motherfucker, casted him. But yeah, he sang his fucking heart out. Issam, that's a movie you really have to see.
I'll watch.
There was a scene where Michael B. Jordan. So when we went to the movies, everything was empty. We were like the second back row, and then everything down was empty. There were like 5 high school kids to my right, my boy here, and then this couple on the side. So we could say and do what the fuck. There's this scene where what's his name? Michael B. Jordan says some shit to a nigga. That's time I gasped, and I was like, ah. I was like, ah. And then I look over. The little high school kids are like looking and laughing at me, bro. He said some disrespectful shit, and I was like, oh shit.
No, I heard it.
But yeah, it was a really good movie. I don't want to, as much as I really want to rave and rant about it, I don't want to spoil it. I gave that shit a solid 9.8 out of 10, just because there were some parts where I was like, what? I was like, what happens? Yeah, so that's really it. Other than that, like, yeah, solid 9.8 out of 10, just because I'm a little petty and I wanted to see those, like, what the fuck happened here and here and here. Other than that, no complaints. But yeah. We're going to keep the news going light until we get to the more important shit. I just want to say, CB, Chris Brown was arrested in Manchester in England. And
he had a warrant on him from years ago?
Like 2 years ago for hitting a producer or a promoter, one of the two, I can't remember, over the head.
Probably a promoter, makes more sense.
Yeah, over the head with a bottle of champagne 3 times. You know how hard those fuckers are?
Yeah.
I don't believe it was... because they said he had like facial lacerations and stuff like that. I gotta believe Chris Brown whooped his ass, but like beat him over the head 3 times with a bottle of champagne, like,
free Chris Brown.
you're gonna die. We should have heard about it when it happened, bro. You don't whoop somebody's ass that bad and then not hear about it ever for 2 years.
He was probably.
Why are we just hearing about this shit?
He's probably set up.
I don't know about set. Honestly, I believe it. Chris Brown's been doing better now, but like 2 years ago,
I feel like he can't even catch a fucking break. Like he gets back on tour, he's trying to like do a tribute to Michael Jackson. They cancel it like a week before. Like I feel like the industry is just after him for some reason, and it makes sense why he stayed low key for so many years.
I believe Chris Brown caused all his problems.
No, I don't think so.
That nigga has been wilding.
I don't think so.
Like, and it's really annoying because I love his music. And he'll have like a couple years of chill, not doing nothing, and then wham, he'll do some dumb shit.
No.
But he was like, what, a couple months ago, or maybe like he broke up. Remember the fight between Diddy's boys when they got into a fight because I guess somebody was like making fun of their dad, and Chris Brown like came in and they started calling him the savior because he came in and he swooped them boys out and he like saved them or some shit. And I was like, what the fuck?
I don't think he's at this age now when he just wants to cause trouble. I think he's just being silly.
Bro, it sounds like Chris Brown's only like what, a year or 2 older than us?
No, he's much older.
No, how old is Chris Brown? Chris Brown is not that old, bro.
Probably 37.
Nah, I'm probably like 35. Chris Brown, how old is this nigga? 36. Damn.
I'm telling you.
I thought Chris Brown was our age when he was like
push
popping.
40, bro. He's not a kid.
He really isn't. But speaking of Diddy's sons, let's get into it. The Diddy trial started, and the details are fucking rough.
Crazy. I heard a phone call between him and his kid, and they were speaking code. Did you hear about that one?
No.
I don't know how, but it was crazy. He was talking about like, get the pizza boxes. And like he's giving him code about pretty much like clean house. And it's crazy because his kid is like understanding because obviously he probably trained him before he went to jail. But yeah, Diddy's a fucking
Yeah,
crazy.
he is a fucking demon. The shit that I just read about, I was like, oh damn.
And then also, what's her
The
what's her name?
videos, the audio. Oh my god.
And then
We're
that,
not gonna go into like details just because open case. We're not trying to get nothing
no,
wrong, but
fuck out
also
of.
like it's kind of gross.
And then
Like
was
trigger warning for sure.
Cassie's husband, whatever, talking about like how he's mean mugging. They're saying like he was like staring him down at the court. I'm like, dude, you know what she was going through, and now you all of a sudden you pretend like you're some
Like
supporting.
you're the you're
you're
victim.
part of the fucking problem.
Yeah.
Like nasty shit, bro. He's passing around like oh my god, dude.
You see when Kid Cudi took the stand?
Yeah, because he burned his Porsche. That was crazy, yo.
And then Suge Knight and all that shit. Yeah, it's just. You know what's really sad? People are still gonna defend Diddy. People are gonna be like, they're trying to take our black kings and all that shit. I'm like,
that? There
bro,
was like people wearing free Diddy shirts at the court, and they said that they were paid to do that.
you think so?
Yeah, somebody did it obviously as like they paid people to wear the shirt.
You think Diddy paid him, or just somebody else, just a fan?
Make a joke out of it, yeah.
Free Diddy. Do you think he'll get off, or do you think this
say-
nigga's getting like 20 to life?
No, he's getting light sentence.
He's getting a light sentence,
Yeah,
like 5 to 10.
He probably
Bro, human trafficking.
he'll get a light sentence. He'll get sent to like one of those like rich jails, and he'd be fine. Bro, he has too many. The way they were saying, he has too many footage and audios of a lot of people that they would not risk it for them being released.
Bro, 20. Like,
think about how many people he had to throw parties, and then politicians, celebrities, executive producers. Like, he has way too much power. That's why he felt invincible. That's why he felt absolutely invincible. Now, the only way he gets life, whatever, if they found those footage and they destroy them before he gets the.
I don't know about life, but I feel like.
No, 10.
Well, first of all, okay, so all the supposed blackmail he has, they probably already have it because they raided his home. They've taken everything in his house for evidence.
You don't do that. There's ways you can.
You take everything for evidence, bro. Unless you hide it through somebody else, but anything that belongs to Diddy anywhere near him, like they've been swiping shit from him. But
also they're talking about they were bringing up the old interview. This guy was arrested like years ago, and he was talking about how he was P. Diddy's sex slave. And this dude is not even a celebrity. He just looks weird. And he's talking about how Diddy will hire him to sleep with Cassie, and he'll watch him, and how he will bring out the pink cocaine. And when that article released and that footage of release of the guy being interrogated, everybody was like, this guy's crazy. Like, he's on drugs. Like, he's not even a celebrity. Every single thing that guy was saying came up on court, and everything was validated by Cassie. Oh, so now this guy, they were like, what happened to him? They're trying to bring him on to the case. But he was already warning people. He's like, he was giving people, I guess, this thing called pink cocaine.
Pink cocaine.
So they're saying that's why everybody was in a happy mood, and it was like freaky. It's pretty much just probably some ecstasy shit that he called it pink cocaine. And then you got also when he talked about how P. Diddy's part of this group in Illuminati called, I forgot what they called, but it was like black celebrities. Mm-hmm. And then now that same group is being brought up at court. So, like, everything that dude was saying years ago that everybody called him just like, it's just a crackhead talking shit. Now, bam. It's all facts. It's crazy.
Damn. I was just looking. Apparently, he tried to, like, hunt down Suge Knight.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, so I was reading here that it says, so I got this from Billboard.
P. Diddy wasn't scared of nobody. That's why.
Yeah, he said, Cassie was like, Diddy left a freak off because he found out Suge was having like a dinner nearby, and then like he rushed over there like in a black SUV and shit with security and multiple handguns to the restaurant.
No, he genuinely thought like he was untouchable. That's why P. Diddy didn't give a fuck. He did not give absolutely fucks.
Diddy was moving like a fucking, like he really thought he was like the music mob.
No, he was more than that. He thought like he run the world.
That's crazy.
That's why nobody could fuck with him. Dude, how many people like artists he was signing, and then it was his choice to make him famous or not? Like that girl from Making the Band, the one that went against him, and he ruined her fucking career. She literally even said like years ago, there's interviews about people watching her house, people following her.
Wait,
like
wasn't that Nicole?
The white girl?
Nicole Scherzinger?
I think so, yeah. I think
the one who dated Lewis Hamilton, right?
No, I don't think she dated Will.
I know Nicole.
No, she wasn't famous. She didn't get famous.
Oh, she never got famous. Okay,
but she was a good singer. She was on the Making the Band.
I'm pretty sure Diddy put together her band because she was in the Pussycat Dolls.
No,
I'm pretty sure Diddy put together the Pussycat Dolls, and that's where Nicole Scherzinger came from.
Yeah.
If I showed you her face, would you be able to recognize her?
Yeah. Actually, you know what? That makes more sense. So, let me see.
Nicole Scherzinger. This one.
No.
No.
Wait.
No,
but he was a piece of shit, dude.
Do you think people are gonna? Um, do you think people are gonna? What's their names? Support him like they did R. Kelly?
No, R. Kelly's about to be coming. R. Kelly's about to come out anyways.
Is he?
Is he? How many years did R. Kelly get?
Kells is on the wait. Which one of these bitches is it?
This one.
Oh, I know her. She's famous. Well, was famous.
No, but he ruined her fucking career.
Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not doing all the editing to show you guys what we're looking at. So just Google Diddy making the band, bitch. But
what was it gonna say? No, go ahead.
I was just saying, like, I think people are gonna support him just like they did Kells.
Oh yeah, how many years did R. Kelly get held up?
Kelly's not coming out, bro.
R. Kelly comes out, right?
Kelly's not coming out.
Are you going to his tour?
For his store?
His tour.
No.
Oh no, he's sent to 30 years in prison, but he will probably get out early. Good behavior.
Yeah, he probably get out like 15. But by then he's gonna be irrelevant. I don't even think the world is gonna be around in 15 years. Let's get that out the way.
The
world, we're not even gonna be here in like 15
30 years. I'd be 60. Yeah, he'd be dead. No, he's gonna die in prison.
Yeah, he's gonna die in prison.
Unless they release him early.
Because Kel's is already like what, 20 years older than us?
Yeah, he's up there.
He's already like 20 years older than us. So, he's either gonna be 80 years old or he's gonna die in prison. And like he hasn't been living a healthy life.
Well, actually, I want to bring up something. You're probably seeing this as well. The new AI that Google released, the V3.
Gemini?
The V3.
Gemini, the latest one?
Yeah, the latest one, yeah.
I have it.
No, but the V3, that's like $150 a month.
I have that for free. They gave it to me as a trial.
No, okay. You don't have the access to the V3. I promise
sure?
you that. I promise you that.
Okay, go on.
Okay. That will change the movie industry overall.
Oh, yeah, I don't have access to that.
Exactly.
Yeah, Fly Gemini. I don't think that's Google, though.
Yeah, it is Google. Anyways, if you haven't seen it, if you can go look up on X or YouTube, the AI V3, pretty much, if you're a writer...
VO3.
Yeah, VO3.
With VO3. You said V3. I was like, what the fuck?
The VO3, yeah. So if you are a writer and or you have a script and then you can't even get funding for your publishing or get, production, get on the AI VO3 because I promise you, it is so accurate, dude, and it's so scary. Like, somebody did a SWAT scene, like a little action scene, and bro, it looks like a legit production with like real actors and everything. And it's all AI. Like, it's insane. This is gonna change the whole industry.
Oh yeah, it's $249 a month. The AI Ultra, whatever, like the top subscription you have.
But if dude, I wish. Like if you have a script, if you are a writer or anything, get on that. Get on the Google VO3. Go make your own movie, and honestly, you can publish anything you want. Like, it's insane how accurate it is, and it's kind of scary because now you can do so much with it. There's so many opportunities to go with that route.
I'm pretty sure I have it. Is because I got an email saying like literally 3-4 days ago. They were like, hey, we're gonna give you like a 2-month trial of whatever subscription, or I don't know how many months, but they're like, we're gonna give you X amount of months trial for Google's latest blah 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 AI. Here we go. It's unlocked on your phone. Yada yada yada.
Not VO3, I promise you.
Well, no, VO3 is a feature. From I'm looking here, it says VO3 is a feature in AI Pro, not Ultra.
It's so
accurate. It goes all the way, and I know I have AI Pro. I don't have AI Ultra. I'm pretty sure I have AI Pro.
Yeah.
So that one should have. Yep, should have VO2.
Yeah, it's VO3. I'm telling you, like, now you can create literally a whole different person for yourself.
Do you think you'd make a? Do you think you'd make a movie?
You could.
Do you think you would?
Yes, but the thing is, you have to be very detailed. Not like see, a lot of people think like, oh, hey, write me a script, make this movie. If you want to make it very accurate, you have to detail it with like, okay, actor number 1 says, etc. The camera shot is from this angle. Like, if you get that detailed, you can make a fucking movie for what, $200 with actors, produce everything, like everything, and then you can just start go to Netflix, go to Hulu, and go sell your movie.
That is wild.
That's what I'm saying. That's how crazy it is.
I'm gonna try that out because I use Gemini Live on a regular basis.
Yeah,
like literally just have conversations with it as you're doing something, and you'll be like, "Hey, I got it." So here's an example. I was fixing the squeakiness in my bed, right? So I had like a screw fell out, whatever, in my bed frame, and it like started to squeak. And I was like, okay, cool. Let me try it. So I took this thing off, and I was like, you know what? I had just watched a video of the Waveform podcast, and they were doing the Gemini Live. I was like, let me pull this up. So this is about maybe 2 weeks ago, and I was just having a conversation with this, like, hey, I have X, Y, and Z problem. Like, I need to figure out. They were like, well, you could put something in between. Like, you could get you some zip ties. You could, if you go to the store, you can buy X, Y, and Z pack of screws. Go to Home Depot, get X, Y, and Z pack of screws, and then that way you have a variety, and it'll let you know. I'm like, bro, it's giving me ideas. Basic ideas, but ideas I didn't think about.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, okay, cool. And you're just having conversations with it, and you're like, hey, do I need a
AI is going to be
a stopper or something? I can't remember what it's called.
AI, obviously, there's going to be a lot of good benefits, but there's a lot of benefits. Like for scammers, now they can use AI to build a character, to start calling people, doing like, you know what I mean, like FaceTiming people, asking them, like, the most basic scam, like the love scam, where people are going to create their own person, make people fall in love with them, and then. Because old people don't know what's AI now.
Oh, wait.
You got to understand that.
There was, speaking of making people fall in love with them and tricking them, there was an AI, I read about this. There was an AI that won like $5,000 on a radio show.
Yeah.
So the radio host, the AI, like the person put the AI, like connected the AI through the fucking radio, and it mimicked like a human's voice, and you had to answer like 3 trivia questions correctly, and you won $5,000. The radio host didn't know that it was AI, and the person who ran the AI won $5,000 for them because it answered. It had like a human voice and didn't answer the questions correctly.
I'm telling you, they can start using AI for interviews, like over the phones. You can connect it and have them answer all the questions, make it professional.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, obviously you're not doing that, dummy. But I'm talking about scammers.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
It starts lying and shit, fucking up the negotiation.
And then it's going to be very hard to tell between real person and AI. So somebody's going to make a system to see if it's an AI or... But it has so much potential to do so much crazy
I'm
shit.
all for it, by the way. I know.
Okay,
where are you on the AI thing?
We're gonna get to a point where you carry something that is going to be your own personal AI.
There already is, and it failed.
No, like it's going to make something happen.
It was called what... was it the Humane Pin or something? And it was like a little AI assistant, like a pin that you clipped here.
The seed is planted. Somebody will figure it out. That we're going to be carrying it. It's not even going to be like on your phone. It's going to be our own personal thing where it'll be like, oh, this is my AI. And everybody's going to be flexing their own AI.
So like instead of saying this is my personal assistant, this is my AI.
Yep.
Figure it out. Talk to them.
And then with this whole AI being realistic and everything, I can see in the gaming industry, we're getting closer to Player One. Type of
Ready Player One.
Yeah.
There was another movie that I was literally just I heard about like a couple days ago on the SNG podcast, their Patreon. They were talking. It was like an old episode I was listening to, and apparently there's like a movie where you have like like everybody has a robot version of themselves.
Yeah.
Kind of like Severance, but not really. And like that robot version goes out, but you can design your robot version to be anything. So you could be a chick if you wanted, like dude in real life, and your robot version is just a chick. And I think you feel everything the robot feels. I don't know about pain, but like if the robot dies, you don't die.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm trying to figure out what movie that was, but I don't know how to type that.
But don't be surprised if we get a Ready Player One type of system, and people actually just forget about the real world and just get on there.
Do you think Gemini or ChatGPT? I think Gemini has started getting ahead of ChatGPT.
Yeah, they're investing a lot in Gemini.
Yeah,
Gemini's about to take over.
I remember when Gemini first started, it was called Bard.
I'm telling you, look at the footage from VO3. You'll lose your fucking shit. When I was watching it, I was like, they're onto something that's gonna be fucking massive, like massive.
I remember. Do you remember when Gemini first came, when Google got into the AI game? It was called Bard at first. It was like Google Bard, and then it was terrible. It was so dog shit. But like really quickly, Google turned that shit around, called it Gemini. Actually, Google got rid of the Google Assistant. Gemini is now your Google Assistant.
Yeah, when you watch it, AI is the...
But no, like the Google Assistant is like phased out. Like all updates. I think it's still on devices that support it, like the Home, the little Home, Google Homes and the Macs and all that shit. I wonder if there's gonna be like a software update to like switch it out. Yeah, I should probably check mine.
The only one that I can see it can be competitive with is the one that Elon Musk that tweeted about it like years ago, saying, "Hey, this is dangerous." And he wanted to like shut it off, but that's the only one I can see being competitive.
At this point, Elon just a hater. Everything is dangerous unless he makes it. Like,
well, no, that's the one that he made it.
And he said it's dangerous.
Yeah, he was just like,
he said we made Ultron and we burnt that nigga real quick.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if Elon does some like weird shit like that. I feel like he's one of those people who like likes to push the boundaries of shit, like the boundaries of science and technology, with little regard to the consequences, just to like for the sake of growth or whatever.
Think about
that's the vibe he gives me. Obviously, I don't know if this is fact or not,
think
but
about
like
collabing AI with a 3D printer.
that's Terminator right there. What the fuck are you talking about?
Like, think about that.
That's fucking
Because
Terminator.
like if you ever use a 3D printer, you have to download like a certain file to the printer where
CAD software. And
yeah,
all
exactly.
That,
So it's not easy to like. So that's why
people think it's just download and print.
Exactly,
And it's really it's not
obviously
like
now there's more files to download. It's much easier because there's other people
better
there
software
for you.
to make it more accessible.
But you still have to build a whole file of what you want to be printed. Like you have to design in a system. But imagine just an AI system where like, you know what, I need
then
to
you
make
have to have the right materials as well. It's some sort of some sort of polycarbonate, I think, like maybe plastic or whatever. So every printer has their, just like regular printers have their own type of ink and cartridges. Like every printer is able to support a certain amount of materials. So I have a friend with a 3D printer. I don't know what they've printed before. Mm-hmm. Knowing this friend, probably shameful shit. Like, but
imagine just being
shit.
like, hey, I need this, and it will design it for you in 2 seconds, and it just starts printing it. That'd be insane. Oh, hey, I need a new mug. Mug.
I'm like, I'd be very interested if like 3D printing became so accessible that like you just go into Best Buy and you buy like what's a printer brand? HP?
Yeah, HP.
Yeah, like an HP. Oh, Canon. Like you go and be like, oh, I want a Canon 3D printer. This type of ink, handle these materials.
No, before that used to be like notified if you have a 3D printer, but now you can buy some on Amazon. You can buy small ones. There's small creators that can do it. Yeah. But there's some that you can make. Actually, you know what would be fun for that? It'd be like cosplay. Like if you're into cosplay and you have a 3D printer, you can make helmets, the swords, the shit like that. Like there's business to it.
I fuck with that.
Yeah. But also you can make guns. So
let's stay on tech.
Okay, Epic versus Apple.
Epic versus Apple. Do you know who Epic are?
Fuck no.
Epic are the people who make Fortnite.
Okay.
Right? They're the people who make Fortnite. So Epic, I think like last year, the year before, they got kicked off the App Store. Right. So both the Play Store and the App Store take a percentage of revenue made through there. Okay. Right. So the Play Store is Google's, the Apple App Store. Apple takes 30%. And also, if you put in links to redirect people from your app to make purchases not through the App Store on an iPhone, Apple can be like, you're banned. Like, no. So that's initially how they got kicked off. Epic they were trying to circumvent this. So they had this link that would take you to the Epic store or like the Epic website. Mm-hmm. And then you could buy whatever, coins or whatever the fuck that you buy on Fortnite. Yeah. Right. And Apple was like, nigga, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Run us our fucking money. Yeah. You're using our app. You're using our platform. You're using our shit. Give us our fucking money, dude. And Epic was like, nah, fuck off. So they banned them. And then they went to court, backfired in Apple's case. So actually, Epic might be coming back. And Fortnite, like, I wouldn't be talking about this if this was like some janky,
But Apple and Google is kind of monopoly now.
I'm getting there. All part of the point.
Yeah.
So, they go back and forth. Apple gets fucked over.
Yeah.
I think Apple gets fucked over more than like, now developers can redirect people to third-party links. I think Apple had to like I might be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure Apple had to lower that 30% because they were like 30% is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Right. 30% is fucking crazy, and they were like, you have to unban. So now Fortnite might be coming back to the App Store, and like, especially in the US where Fortnite really like runs supreme in terms of games.
Yeah.
On top of it, Apple's like what 80%, like Apple iPhones are like what 80% of the phones here in America, like 70 to 80%, some crazy shit like that. So I'm like, to not have Fortnite on an iPhone, like I'm not even surprised if like they lost a bunch of like the younger generation to like, you know what, bitch, I'm gonna get me an Android. I'm gonna go get me a Samsung, a Pixel, whatever, so I can play my Fortnite in peace. But yeah, now I think it's becoming more accessible to developers, but that was a big fucking like hit tech wise. I know the look in your eyes, you're like, I don't give a fuck, but it is like a big fucking hit. Now to your Google thing, Google actually was recently named a monopoly. They're going through their own battles and antitrust, anti-competitive shit like that. They might be forced to sell Chrome.
Interesting. Just to make up the losses?
Because Chrome, like Google, because Google, first of all, pays people to be the primary search engine. So believe it or not, Apple makes a lot of fucking money off Google alone because they pay them to like Safari. Google has to be the primary search in Safari, not Bing, none of that bullshit.
Yeah.
In Safari, Google is the primary search engine. You click a little search thing, straight through a Google search. Yeah. Chrome pre-installed on a lot of fucking computers, like that kind of shit. A lot of phones, all that kind of shit. And then they're like Chrome and Google, like Chrome alone makes up like what 80% of the browsers in the US
Yeah.
as the main browser. Like obviously there's more of them, but Safari's and all the Macs. But like in terms of the ones people use, Chrome is 80%, and I actually think that's fucking bullshit. They make a good product. I'm not like when I go on to what laptop do you have?
Dell.
Adele. When you go on and you use Internet Explorer, aren't you like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Why is Bing so bullshit?
I never use Bing.
Exactly, because it's bullshit.
Bing, I never use Yahoo. I never use
like
MS. Like I only use Google.
I don't fucking understand this like change for the sake of change. Like I think these antitrust and anti-competitive laws are like kind of fucking bullshit sometimes, because in a situation like this, somebody makes the best fucking product. It makes the best fucking product. It has the best integration, right? Everybody fucking loves it for a fucking reason. Like, honestly, I may not have an iPhone, but I'd be mad if somebody goes to Apple and be like, no, you guys have a monopoly on phones here. You got to... I'm like, what the fuck? Like, they make a good fucking product.
Yeah,
I don't want to use fucking Bing or Fire. Like, I tried all of them.
No, there's a certain point, because like Google obviously is the best. Everybody uses Google, but they're not worried about, oh, like you need to be fair for the other ones. I think they're just like scared of the power that they have, because you gotta think about it. If Google shuts down, shit will.
Oh yeah, if Google says,
that's what they were scared about.
That's
Google, why they make these laws.
You have the same thing for Microsoft, the same thing for Apple.
But that's why they make all these laws about have to have other options, so nobody can feel like they're the most powerful. Because Google could come out and be like, all right, we're shutting off. How many affects the whole economy? Like when Microsoft had a shutdown last year. There was if anybody was aware of it, Microsoft went down. Like it got hacked.
It was like what, a full day, right?
No, it was like 5 hours.
I don't know. Some people. It depends on. It depends on the company, because there were companies that are
like about 5 hours.
Yeah, yours was maybe at 5 hours, but there are other companies that were like, it's been almost 24 hours.
It affected everybody.
Our shit don't work.
Everybody was freaking out. So that's what they were scared about.
I remember we had blue screens all day at work. We didn't work. We didn't do shit all day.
Nothing was working.
Yeah, I had a job back then. That's not long ago.
So like that's what tells you like. That's what they're afraid of, because like they can just be like, okay, we'll shut off, or they can use that as a leverage for things that they want, you know. So yeah,
but see, the issue is Microsoft like with Windows is geared towards corporate. Like it's the way it's built, the way it's laid out, it prioritizes the corporate industry. That's where they get most of PCs are sold mostly to corporations. Yep. Like very few people actually buy, apart from gamers and corporations. No, schools, Chromebooks. Yeah, so do you know the strategy behind the Chromebook when it came out? The Chromebook was never designed, and I learned this like maybe like months ago.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you know, shout out to Marquez and the Waveform. Like they really put you on game. The Chromebook was never designed to be bought by you and I. It was designed to be handed out to schools, given to schools, and all that sort of stuff. So kids at a young generation already get logged in and set up in the Google ecosystem. So instead of like when you're being young, what did you used to learn about in school? Excel, Word, you know, PowerPoint, that kind of shit, right? It's designed to do that. Go to Google Sheets, Google Docs, all of, you know, the Google Assistant, the AIs, the Gmail, instead of, because remember, what was the first email you had? Probably like a Hotmail, right?
Yeah, I have Hotmail.
That was we were introduced by Microsoft.
Yeah.
We were PC groomed.
And it still works.
So they're trying to do that for the younger generation. That's why they made the Chromebook. So they're like, oh, we're going to hand these out to you know, schools for like super cheap. They're already super cheap. They're basic. They do everything the kids need, you know.
Yeah.
And that was you know, the whole thing with the Chromebook, get, you know, the next generation locked into Google services. So I didn't know that at first, but I was like, damn, I didn't even think about that. But yeah, they tried to name Google. I'm gonna be so mad if I'm forced to use, man, fuck Bing. Microsoft, like Bing is the most dog shit. Is the most dog shit, unintuitive.
The worst.
Right, boring looking, like fucking browser search, whatever in the fucking history.
I see people Googling Google so you can use Google. Have you seen that?
Like Googling Google to use Google, and it's just endless loop. But yeah, it's just absolutely shit. And then now they tried to, you know, their partnership, you know, with what's it called, OpenAI, so they can have, you know, ChatGPT and all that stuff in their fucking services. Bro, it's so shit, so fucking shit.
That's the future. All right, what else you got?
All right. So going through back in my thing, have you heard of this phrase, the peak male performance?
Like
Have you heard like a guy like on TikTok or Instagram Reels talking about this is peak male performance?
Yeah,
It's
when
some
they
like
sell a
nigga,
product.
so it's like some nigga selling a product, like picking
Yeah.
up a boulder or some shit.
There's a brand called Peak
Honestly,
Performance,
it's
too.
just strong fat guys.
What is it?
It's just strong fat guys.
Strong fat guys.
Yeah. That's the whole trend. It's just you go through it and it's just some fat guy showing off his strength. A couple of them have been pretty cool. I've seen some niggas do like diving boards and shit like this, and they're like, you know, big boys. I'm like, damn,
like the strongest.
this nigga is like flexible. But to call it peak male performance, let's calm down. Let's calm down because you're gonna run.
Well, I know. I seen a video where
you're gonna run. Hold up, they're gonna run too fast, and that fat is gonna jiggle and just shred your body, bro.
no, that
the vibrations.
no, that's a comment on TikTok. It's actually pretty like when there's like a big chubby guy. There's one that he did rollerblading and he did a backflip while rollerblading, and then the first comment peak male performance. Like, yeah, that's kind of funny.
It's the introduction. I feel like this is the introduction. I know it's not. Well, I don't know. Some of these motherfuckers. Nah, some of these niggas take that shit seriously. You really got to go through the trend. Some of them you're like, oh, this is funny.
No.
Other ones you're like, bro, shut the fuck up.
But it's as a joke though, because like I mean,
yeah,
it is pretty impressive. If you see a big dude doing a backflip, you're like, oh, peak male performance. Like,
but see, so those ones are pretty cool. Like I said, like I'm seeing a big dude. Like I saw a big dude do like some backflip. I saw some like big dude on like the diving board doing the twirly twirl shit. I was like, damn, that's fucking cool.
That's peak male performance.
Most of them are just fat dudes picking up boulders, flexing in the mirror, talking about this is what peak male performance look like.
It could possibly be.
Fat guys are becoming toxic.
Peak male
Society
performance.
is over.
You don't have to be shredded.
I know you don't have to be shredded, but still, like it's. Some of them are not peak male performance. No, some of these niggas are just fat. Bro, that's what you got to look at the trend. I know I sound like an asshole right now. I'm not trying to body shame people. I promise you.
There's big rugby players who are peak male performance and they're not shredded at all. They're just big boys. That's it.
I'll give you that.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's not the trend. That's not the people making this. Yeah,
don't matter.
The people making this is just average you and I, fat niggas.
That's what I was
peak male performance in the fucking kitchen, maybe, but not
that's like performance.
Bro, fat boys are getting toxic, bro.
Let's see what the last one.
What was it?
Relationship still.
Oh yeah, so I posted a bunch of questions before you flaked on me on Tuesday. I'm not gonna let it. I'm not gonna hold that against you. Whatever.
Yeah, you can hold that against me.
Yeah. So
you can hold it.
I got a couple asking. So one of them, I wasn't gonna ask it, but one of them requested that we show our feet on the show, and I was like, we're not gonna do that.
Okay.
Because I got ugly feet.
Okay.
And
Okay, so some dude is into.
Yeah, some dude is into like.
Just put these away. Fucking weirdo.
Someone else asked us, and we've already covered this. Like, how do you feel about like? I feel like this was more geared towards me, but they're like, how do you feel about straight women going into like gay bars and shit? I said, man, get the fuck out of here.
Into what?
Into like gay bars and shit. And I was like, get the fuck out of here. Get these women out of here. Nobody want to see that shit.
You guys are against that?
I am. I don't know about other people.
So you guys are against straight women going in a gay bar?
Yeah. Unless you're invited. You're invited.
No, but how about if that's their safe zone as well? Like they want to go to a bar. There's a bunch of guys they can dance with. They don't have to worry about
somewhere
anything
else. We're not trying to do all that.
But they don't have no safe zone.
They got lesbian bars. I don't know. Don't go to a bar.
God, y'all tripping, dude.
No, fuck that. I don't want them bitches in there.
Because how about if the girls just want to go to the bar without dealing with like these weird ass guys?
Well, see, that's not how it works out. So it starts off with, and we've seen this in like other bars, right? So I'm not just making this off my head. One girl comes in with her girls and a friend, right? She gets invited by a gay dude. Now what happens? She's like, oh my God, this is so much fun. Everyone is so friendly, blah, 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 all that shit.
Yeah.
She goes, next week, she tells her girlfriends, next weekend, they come back with the girlfriends, not the friend, without her friend who brought her. So now she's there with like 4 bitches, right? Having a good time, all that shit. And it's like, oh my God, it turns into a zoo to them.
Okay.
They come in there, they're like, oh my God, look what they're doing. Look what that dude's dressed like. All that shit. I'm pointing on all that shit. Now they tell their friends, and now way more of them, they're coming for bachelor parties. What happens? Oh, straight dudes are like, oh, let's pull up. They're all here, blah, 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 all that shit. And this actually does happen. So I'm not just making this off the top of my head. So now them niggas is pulled up there, and now it's not a safe zone for them or us. And now we've gotten pushed out.
No, I don't think it gets to that point.
It does.
I don't think it gets to that point.
Issam, this is like historically like seen.
And 2, it's a business establishment, so it has to be open for everybody.
Oh, they make the bitches. They charge them cover.
Then charge them cover. They're allowed to.
They charge them cover.
But now, if you're out here like, oh, this is ours, you can't come here, then you're the same people that back in the day. Now you become the same people back in the day where you guys usually used to get kicked out for or charge cover. So now you're becoming the same.
Now that you said that, watch Sinners. Now that you said that, watch Sinners.
You know what I'm saying?
Sinners will prove my point, yeah, Issam.
No.
Sinners will, now that you fucking said that, Sinners will prove my point.
You can't.
And I'm like,
charging them cover makes more sense. That's the only thing you can do. But
we're not gonna ban them. Nobody's gonna ban them. Like we legally can't. It's kind of fucked up. I get it.
Tell them that you don't belong here. Is exactly you become the exact same person that people used to do that back into that generation.
I just ignore them.
So it's wrong.
I just ignore them. I look at them. And
by the way, I have homegirls that go to that type of bars and they feel like, oh, it's fun, it's safe for them.
But then they come in and they look at everyone like it's a fucking zoo. They're like, oh my god. Look what they're doing.
I mean, what are you guys dressed up as? Like, you got a grown ass man wearing a shoestring. Like, that
is crazy though. I'm not gonna lie.
It's like you guys, you deserve to get fucking looked at. You fucking bozo. Like,
to be fair, like you are kind of dressed like you want people to look at you.
Exactly. You got a
I get that.
You got a 50-year-old man who's an accountant dressed up as a fireman. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like,
okay, no, the fireman outfit is kind of fire.
See, like,
also, a 50-year-old man in accounting is very specific, Issam.
But you got to be careful with that because I've been seeing that.
I know you do, but like, I know you do. It's a slippery slope. It's not. That's for me personally. I'm like, if I show up there and it's like, I don't want to. Don't come talk to. I don't want to. Like, for example, there's a bar here called Stacy's. I can't stand it. It's such a dog shit fucking bar. And I'll tell you why. First of all, the music is ass.
I don't care.
Right? The music is ass. Secondly, it's actually laid out kind of nice. It's clean. Like, that's actually not the issue. Right? The security dude is kind of a fucking prick. Man, fuck him. But there's not enough niggas for the boys and not enough chicks for the girls. And it's sort of like you don't know who's who. It's just there's nothing for anyone.
I think
you know what I mean?
I think your point of view is you want something for you guys. Like, for once, you just want something for you guys that nobody else can have.
Not that nobody else can have that. We could just be left in peace and not like, I don't want to. Every time you go and you start chatting with like a girl or whatever, like she talked to, like, especially if they're first, all it is like, you're doing all this educating and all of what does this mean? What does that mean? This means this means that, blah, blah, blah. And they're like all shocked at what you're doing. And I was like, I'm trying to go out and party. I'm not trying to be a fucking school teacher. You know what I mean? Like, you trying to go out and party. Like, imagine every time you went out to a party and niggas like, oh, you from the Middle East, blah, blah, blah. What's it like? What this mean? Every fucking time you go out, you're having to talk to people and teach them about.
It gets annoying.
It gets annoying after a while. You're like, bro, I want to come out for one night. Yes, it's rough down there. I don't want to talk about it. Let me just, have a good time, dance with my boys, get some food, that kind of shit.
Dance with my boys.
I'm like, bro, I don't want to sit here and talk to you about all this fucking shit. And some of these bitches are weird as fuck.
It's funny because you probably took that thing to the heart when you were growing up. You're like, hey, mom, I want to hang out with the shabab.
I don't even care.
You took that to the heart. Do you guys say that, shabab?
Shabab,
yeah. Yeah.
Shabab. Yeah, I feel like that's a typically Sudani thing. I don't think
we say it.
Do you guys really say it?
Yeah, mash shabab.
Mash shabab. Okay, cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought that was like, because Sudani Arabic is like kind of weird.
No, it's very similar to ours.
It's very similar, but it's like also like more chill.
Yeah.
And we have like our own ways of saying shit. So I'm just like, oh, okay. Like when I talk casual Arabic, like I talk like, and I listen to all the other like Arab names, I'm like, damn. It's like, I don't get it.
Well.
But it was
good conversation.
It was a weird thing. Well, wait. We have one other one. So
more?
The main question was, this was a relationships question, and they were like, how do you feel when you're talking to somebody and they tell you like, oh, they're just still figuring it out? Like, oh, what are you looking for? Be like, oh, I'm still figuring it out. And like, I know people ask it. You see it as an option on dating profiles and like the apps and stuff like that. They're trying to wonder like how we feel about that.
Are you having fun or not having fun?
What do you mean?
Like, if you're talking to somebody, they're like, oh, we're just trying to figure it out.
But like, so just figuring out, people use it like when they ask like, what are you looking for? You're like, I'm just figuring it out.
Oh, I see.
Like, you don't have a goal. That's usually the option. Like if you go on like dating profiles and you see that, they're like, oh, what are you looking for? It'll be like relationship, short-term, long-term, just figuring it out.
Yeah, that's saying that they're going, whatever happens, they can be with friends or they can get in a relationship. Like,
you're chill with that?
Yeah, it's an open book. That's what, actually, I prefer that.
Because
if you go in with, she's like, oh, I want a relationship, and then you'd be like, okay, and then a month later, she's like, well, I don't want a relationship. Then you'd be like, well, shit. because I had all this intention of being in a relationship. When it's an open book, you're just going to see how the flow is. So if it goes south and you're like, you know what, I don't want to be with you, there's no hard feelings because it was an open book. But if you get into a relationship, you'd be like, okay, we got a relationship out of it. There's nothing wrong with it.
Well, I see people use that to cap.
Every single person that goes, oh, I'm looking for a relationship, does not end up in a relationship because they're fucking lying.
You think so?
Yes. You have to be an open book. You have to be like whatever. Because if you talk to people that actually like married and fell in love and then truly like genuinely love each other, they will tell you they were not looking for it. 2, it just happened. So you can't just be there and be like, hey, I'm looking for a relationship and your love of your life is just going to just fucking pop up like a genie. It's not going to happen. It's just like, go with the flow, see how it is, and it, you know what I mean?
It gets on my nerves. Like, I need you to tell me, like, because if you tell me, just trying to fuck, I'm just trying to, like, I'm trying to go out on dates, like, bro, just be honest. I feel like people who use the still figuring it out, I feel like they're the liars because they typically mostly just want to fuck but are, like, too shy or don't want to scare people off by saying it.
No, but they have the right to use that.
Yeah, they have the right to use it.
Because they're open book. So if somebody tells you... Hey,
yeah, like, don't get me... I'm not disagreeing with you.
No, because here's the thing. I know you're not disagreeing, but you also get frustrated. Because if a person tells you, hey, I'm just trying to figure it out, and you still wanted to talk to them, then that's on you now. It's not on them.
Yeah,
they
100%.
gave you the expectation.
I'm
so
not
you can't
disagreeing
be like,
with you.
oh, I can't believe you don't want to have a relationship. We've been talking for 4 months. Hey, from the beginning, that person said, that individual, guy or girl said, hey,
I didn't disagree with you. I'm just saying, like, for me, when I see it, I'm like, I just think you typically just want to fuck. Like, that. Now, if I choose to talk to you, I'll be like, I know the risk. But, like, anytime I see that, I just be like, ugh, I just roll my eyes. Roll my eyes and swipe no.
But that's on you if you want to keep talking to them.
Yeah, 100%. No, I'm not disagreeing.
So I'm not against it.
I just asked you like how you felt about it. Yeah. Or they just asked us like how you felt about it.
Because I had a friend. She was on, I think she was on one of the apps. But she was like, wants to look at the relationship. She wanted to like get engaged, move in with a person and everything. And then 3 months into dating, she was like, no, I want to be alone. See what I'm saying? So everybody changes their mind.
Yeah, you're allowed to do all that shit.
All right, what else you got for me before we clock out? And I got to clock out to my other job.
Clock out to your other job.
Clock into my other job. Yes, sir. You gotta make that money.
Oh, Jesus. I had a couple relationship questions that I feel like we don't need to do. Have you ever been to EDM? Sorry, EDC?
No, I've never been to any rave concerts or anything.
Would you go to EDC?
No.
I kind of want to just for the experience, but like everybody who comes
back. Take that back. I'll only go to one because I saw an advertisement for it, but that's it because it's in Colombia. But yeah, go ahead.
EDC no. Is EDC even in Colombia?
They're doing one in Colombia.
They're doing maybe a rave. Okay, maybe I don't know.
They're doing a little bit, but most of the famous one is in Vegas.
Yeah, I want to, but I'm kind of scared because you look at the people when they come back from EDC, they look fucked.
Yeah,
they look fucked up. Because I'm looking at my. So for context, it was last weekend, and we went out to we tried to go out to restaurants or just like hang out, whatever, and like things were like a lot emptier than they are. I'm not gonna say empty, but like things were like emptier than they are. I was like, oh, there's a lot of space here. There ain't nobody inside this place. Like usually like a bunch of people in, and everyone obviously was at EDC. Everybody fucking went, and I'm just like looking through my stories. These people didn't get a break.
Nope.
It was like
there's
drink, pass out, eat, drink, pass out, eat, rave.
You have to do it right, or you get fucked. Like there was like if you're not camping, you don't have like food for the days and everything. Like you're gonna get fucked because apparently I saw a video. EDC was charging like $99 for a pizza, $30 for like drinks. Like obviously it's very expensive, so that's why a lot of people bring their vans out. They camp out. But I mean, like, dude, it's just fucking nasty. Like, you're just there jumping up, listening to the same fucking shit back and back. Like,
no. Some of the mute. No, okay.
And it's just DJs. That's it.
Assam said that, not me. You guys can don't talk about that. The
EDC
EDM boys they're crazy they're hardcore about their shit.
Yeah, they're fucking dumb as fuck.
Yeah, they're gonna come stab you in the night. Yeah,
they're gonna stab me shit. They'll beat the fuck out of them.
Okay.
Goofy ass bitches. Oh, wait till the beat drop. And then they do this shit. They do this corny ass shit that I've been watching on TikTok.
I'm not
they
associated.
Do like the trading. What are they called? The bracelets, the peace and love, and they trade bracelets. Y'all fucking goofy for that shit. Y'all grown ass man being like peace, love, unity, and then they trade bracelets. Bro, that shit corny. And then a motherfucker.
I'm gonna keep my mouth.
That shit corny. And then a motherfucker. If you're watching now, you're doing that shit. Go look in the mirror and do that shit to yourself. Look how stupid you fucking look. trading beads.
You're a hater.
I'm not a hater. It's just goofy.
You're a hater.
Would you do that when you go to EDC?
I'm not trading anything with anyone. I'm not giving anyone shit, but like
little hand gank signs, and then you fucking.
Oh yeah. I used to listen to EDM like hard. I'm just too tired I'm too tired for the festival life. I just am.
Hell no.
Like I'm not in that shit.
Hell to the fuck no.
Ooh. Oh God. Yeah, I was gonna ask one, but this one is like foul.
Okay, go for it.
Oh Jesus! No. Read it.
We're done.
Read it, and then tell me if you saw.
Let's see. This is the last one. Hetero.
Heterosexual.
Okay.
Straight.
Man with kids. Why would they use that word to say I'm a straight man with kids?
I don't fucking know.
This is AI.
Niggas are PC.
This is AI. I'm a straight man with kids during a midlife crisis, and after watching porn, I wondered what it would like to be to blow a man. I set up a grinder and I met a man, but it was awful. The smell of urine and sweat were bad enough, but the guilt knowing my wife does this for me made me stop.
Jesus. I was.
Dog, you don't have to go gay to fucking learn that. Like, just the fuck? That's weird. That's fake.
You think so?
Yeah.
Some of these are crazy.
Okay.
Well, Festhole is like a pretty. Festhole is like a pretty.
Here's the thing, bro.
Wait, what are they owned by?
When did you ever in your life use the word heterosexual?
Quite a few times.
Okay, you're fucking lying. 2. That's how you know you lied. When is the last time you were like, hey, I went to the bathroom and I urined? Fucking never.
Went to what?
You went to the bathroom and urined. Never. You never said that in your life. You'd be like, oh no,
I think they said the smell of urine and sweat.
Yeah, smell of piss. You say smell of piss.
You think this was like too formal? It can't be true.
It's fucking fake, bro. Oh, I went to the bathroom and I
urined. Said, but
when did you ever use that term? I went to the bathroom,
but it was the
and
crazy
I used the
part.
toilets.
Yeah, it was the crazy part. He said, "Knowing my wife does this for me made me stop."
That's the dumbest fucking.
So now he's not getting head no more because he feels guilty.
Well, wash your shit. Like wash your shit, fam. Wash your shit. This is dumb.
Yeah, I feel bad. I sometimes feel bad for women because they didn't. I don't think they don't know the extent of everything. Do you get what I mean?
I don't really get what you mean.
Do you get what I mean? Like perspective, like the gay dude's perspective versus like a woman's perspective. Like two dudes know what it is. They know how that shit worked perfectly. You know, it's kind of like same thing with lesbians. Like when they're eating pussy, they know what to expect. Some dudes don't know what to expect when they're eating pussy, right? But like when a dude gives another dude head, like he know what shit is like down there. He know what the possibilities could be. You know what I mean? Girls, they don't know that. They don't know how our shit worked.
That's nasty.
They don't know like how an hour after the shower things can go downhill real quick. You know what I mean? You know exactly what I mean.
No, this reminds me of one of the episodes that we did when you're like, oh, if I go on a date, I got to make sure what I eat. And I was like, when did you ever fucking worry about what you eat before having sex with someone? I was like, oh, wait. I was like, oh, wait. I never heard, when I go out and go on the date, like, we'll eat whatever. But
yeah, like, don't you feel bad? Like, don't you ever think about, like, because the women don't know. It's like, imagine you're a dude who, like, is used to having sex with, like, one woman. And then y'all break up, whatever. You know, you have sex with another woman, and shit is night and day difference between the two women.
100%, yeah.
Yeah, shit is night and day difference between the two women because
I can definitely confirm that.
You know, but then you be shocked because you didn't know that, and it's like same thing for like a straight girl. Like she's one dude, and she expects they all look like that.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
They all operate like that. They all look like that. They all smell like that. Like she thinks all of that shit, and then she goes to another dude, and we're like, damn, this shit different. Yep. This shit different. So that's what I was like when he said at the end. When he said at the end of it, knowing my wife does this for me made me stop.
Yeah, goofy motherfucker.
First of all, the smell of urine and
nobody uses that term, bro.
The smell of piss. Nobody's shit. Nobody's shit smells like piss.
What's the proper way to say you took a shit?
Took a dump.
No.
Defecated. The formal term is defecated.
Defecated. Cleansed.
No, not cleansed. That's some hippie shit.
Okay.
Yeah,
I went to the bathroom and I urined. I must have you saying that. Fuck it.
I voided my bowels. That's another one.
I'm gonna go. No, the one I used to say, empty the pipe.
Empty the pipe.
Yeah.
That could be front or back.
No, it's not. Oh, for you. Use both.
That could be front or back.
Get
What
the
are you
fuck
talking
outta
about?
here. We're done here.
Yeah, we are 100% done.
Thank you so much for listening, you guys. We appreciate y'all.
Yeah, we do appreciate you guys. A couple things.
Oh,
Go fucking subscribe.
It will come.
The number of people who watch versus the number of those subscribed is crazy.
It's okay. We'll take it.
We have like so many reoccurring non-subscribed. Like, what are you doing? Just hit the subscribe button.
It's all right.
We don't even release that much. We're not even gonna bother you.
That's true.
Yeah, we're not even gonna bother you. We don't release that many episodes, because we still poor and you niggas won't subscribe.
Bro,
if you guys subscribe, we could release more episodes.
All it's gonna take is one clip, and then we get the subscribers that you want.
Yeah,
Don't worry about it.
I wanted to talk about Rihanna's new song, the one she put on.
Nope,
did you listen to it?
Fuck, we're not talking about no Riri.
It's actually not. It's
Drop
actually
the
not a
fucking
bad
album. Then we'll talk about it.
Yeah, it's not a bad song. Go listen to it. It's on the Smurfs thing. Hopefully next episode we've watched the Lilo and Stitch
or
movie because you wanted to watch it. I haven't watched it. Because I love that movie. My roommate watched it. He said that shit was like fire.
My lanyard is the Lilo Stitch.
Oh yeah, your lanyard is. But no, my roommate watched it and he watched it like the day before yesterday, and I think he was like, that shit was fire.
Yeah.
Like it had like moments. He said he cried or some shit, but I'm like,
I've been hearing good things about it.
Yeah, good things.
Well, appreciate y'all for listening. Till next time.